Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas's daily free winner show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop. Sports Memo guys, here at the First Family Show, we are dedicated to bringing you the best cappers in the world, and guys, we mean it. We've got cappers contributing to the show from Greece, Tokyo, Southeast Asia, Mexico, Canada, and the very, very exotic upstate New York. My friends, we've got a great show for you today with a panel of very special guests. This is a loaded show, guys. Let me go around the horn. The Iceman cometh, Jesse Schule, the Greek god of soccer, Pavlos, Laguretos, the best-looking guy outside of your host in sports betting, Kevin Thomas, the pioneer of the sports betting industry, Ross Benjamin, and our good friend made his first family debut last week. The numbers were off the charts, killing it over at WagerTalk. Tony Mejia, I got to do a good morning. Jesse, good morning.
Top of the morning to you.
He's got his Southie hat today, so he did the top of the morning. His Irish little good morning. Pavlos, how are things in Greece today?
Doing good. I just did some yard work. I installed some bulbs. My mind is free, and I'm now ready to talk some soccer with you guys and just get whatever you guys have to offer in terms of free plays of sports I don't know.
That's great stuff. Kevin Thomas, how are things on the East Coast?
If you're a fan of the Phillies, you can't get any better. Hell, even if you're a fan of the Flyers, they're off to a great start. Unbelievable. So if you're a fan of Philly sports, can't get any worse over here.
Let's not forget about them Eagles, guys. I love it. Guys, the best-looking guy. Kevin Thomas is the best guy under 35 in the game. Ross Benjamin is only 30. He's 39. He's great. Ross Benjamin, I know you're reeling. Great comeback for your Buffalo Bills the other night. How are you doing today?
Great. I've heard a lot of descriptions of Western New York, but I have never heard exotic thrown in there. So, Joe, when I first met you, you were crazy, but now you're absolutely out of your mind.
Can I tell you, Ross, I love what I do, and I get to wake up and I'll tell you.
I know that. And I mean that affectionately, Joe.
I love it. I love it. Let me go to my good friend. You know him from our brother's side. He made his first family debut last week, and the numbers were off the charts for the show. Tony Mejia. Tony, how are you?
I'm doing great. Could have been better with a better start in the NBA, but got a lot of basketball stuff to do after I get off the show this morning, tape the ratchet play for our NFL Week 7. And it's a little chilly, so let me get booed by everybody that's watching, and probably you guys. It's in the 50s in Orlando this morning, which is cold for us. And tonight is the coldest college football game of the year. Got October football in the high 20s for Georgia State and Appalachian State tonight. So you got to start factoring weather into your handicapping besides rain. But I mean, beyond all that, things are going well. Excited that the NBA season is up and running. And I've still got for a few more hours, at least until the games tip off tonight. We've got our futures package up for $9 for $9 Monday into $9 Wednesday. So you can get every one of my plays on division winners, projected order of finish bets that you can make at DraftKings, award winners, all of that's available for just $9. Last year's package had Tyler Hero winning the 6-man for plus 1,100. It had the Grizzlies as a surprise team and surprise Southwest Division winner for 4-1 odds. So, hoping to at least hit one or two of those out of the park, making the package worthwhile. And at $9, it's a steal. So, just plug it away.
Great stuff. I'm glad to have you here, Tony. Guys, Ross mentioned, let me go to Tony. Tony, you mentioned basketball. I started my basketball league last night in Southern Nevada. I am the best power forward in the under 5'6" basketball league here. I got to tell you, I got a triple-double last meet. Of course, everybody else in the league is 4'8". Ross Benjamin mentioned, how I'm always crazy. I get to wake up with my wife, and I'll tell you about her in a second, who I love more than anything in this world. God bless me, and I got to tell you. But I get to wake up every morning, do what God intended me to do. I can't sing and I can't dance. I was just with a bunch of very well-known things the other night, and they always say, how'd you get into this? I said, I can't sing and dance. If I could sing and dance like you, I'd be on the stage, guys. But I got to tell you, I get to wake up and hang out with guys like Jesse, Pavlos, Kevin, Ross, and Tony. Talk sports, bring you winners to people that, and let me tell you, we take a lot of pride in the fact that people out there put their hard-earned money and trust us and to what we say. This isn't just guys, the guys that WagerTalk and Sports Memo were handpicked by the powers that be. And they're the best collection of cappers on the planet. We just didn't get thrown together. You don't just get on these websites. You're handpicked. And I got to tell you, we got the best guys. Numbers don't lie, but the integrity. Tony mentioned he didn't do too good in the NBA last night. We'll tell you about that in a second. But I will say, guys, there is nothing better than dealing with some of the best guys to play. Guys, and you're only the best when you're playing with the best. Guys, let me tell you, anybody can be a Michael Jordan when you're not playing against guys that are as good as those guys in the league. But I'm sharing a panel with the best guys in the business. Guys I genuinely love that make my job easier. Sports Memo, I still want to get paid every month. All right? It's not like I'm going to do this for nothing. But, guys, you guys make it all worthwhile for me. Real quick, you know how I usually start the show? Dionne is not here today. I take my dad every Tuesday to doctors. One of his doctors postponed till today, so she was nice enough to take him. She misses you guys, especially you, Ross. I don't know why she gave me a special kiss for you today. She is not here. Hopefully she'll be back tomorrow. We took 4 dogs to the groomers yesterday. Talk about insanity, Ross. Taking 4 dogs. My 4 dogs all take after me. They're a little nuts. Having said that, my good buddy Jesse Schule is kind of my wife today. I woke up to him in the kitchen with an apron on, making pancakes. Jesse, I love you. You're the best. He's filling in. Real quick, the floor is open. If you have any questions or comments for our amazing panel, that's great. I know after their segments, Ross and Kevin have to take off. They got to get their games up. They got to make sure they get you the best lines available. There is a couple of discounts that I'm going to go into today's free plays, guys. The $2 Tuesday feature is amazing. I've never heard of anything like this in any business, let alone sports betting. Jesse Schule and Ronald Cabang's $2 Tuesday plays are still available over at Sports Memo after the show. Go over there. Guys, for $2, you get Jesse. For $2, you get Ronald. For $4, guys, you can't get a burger and a beer anywhere. Not only do we have the Circus buffet anymore for $4. That's great stuff. We have a great discount. Tony mentioned basketball is here, and this is just a great time of year for sports and sports betting. But over at Sportsman, I believe WagerTalk has the same discount, Tony, if I'm not mistaken. NBA 7-day package is $49. You could use this as many times as you want at Sports Memo or WagerTalk. $47 a day, guys. It is off the charts. Whether you bet $10, $20 parlay cards, whether you're a $20 or $50 player or a $5 player, this will pay for itself in no time. Follow your favorite capper or cappers because for $49, you'll get 2 or 3 of these guys. Other than that, head on over to the deals page over at sportsmemo.com. I want to tell you this. There are days that I'm not even aware that I have a special up there. Tony, Jesse, Pavlos, Kevin, Ross, Dionne, we all have specials up there all the time. We're not even informed of them. Go over, check that deals page every single day. I got to tell you, some of the best specials you'll ever see. Let's go right into our free plays. Ross Benjamin, and I say it every week, you do something once, you do it twice, you're lucky. You do it for decades. There's very, very few. Okay, it's Albert Pujols and maybe Ross Benjamin, guys. That's about it. 2 of the best in the business, 2 of the best in sports. Ross Benjamin is a winner, and he's a good luck charm on this show for us and for you. He does some great work here. He's going to tell you about what he's been doing. He's going to tell you about what he's got going on the premium side over the next few days. He's got a free winner for you. Ross, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Joey, for that nice introduction. And I'm also flattered to do a show with all these great gentlemen here, tremendous handicappers. And Joe, by the way, some of my favorite people in the world are out of their mind. Why? Because I am too. So I just want to throw that in. Anyway, I'm going to look at the New York Giants at the Jacksonville Jaguars game. Jacksonville is -3 in this contest. To me, this looks like the sucker play of the week. You have a New York Giants team that's 5-1 on a 3-game win streak. Not only 3-game win streak, they covered all 3 of those games. And they're facing a Jacksonville Jaguars team that's 2-4 and on a 3-game losing streak. Yet it's the Jacksonville Jaguars that come up favored in this spot. And boy, oh boy, it seems to me like they're begging you to take the dog. And Joey, as usual, I'm taking a contrarian approach and I'm not taking the bait here. Additionally, this is a Giants team that's gone 1-5 straight up in ATS in their last 6 as an away dog. Also, New York is one of those rare times that they are an away underdog off 3+ wins. As a matter of fact, since 2014, as a dog of +9.5 or less, the Giants, in coming off 3 or more straight wins, the Giants have gone 0-4 straight up in ATS and lost by 19 points per game. In addition, here's a NFL betting angle that applies to this contest. Any NFL home team that's +3 to -3 and they're coming off 3+ losses like the Jacksonville Jaguars are, and they failed to cover as an underdog in their previous game. Same thing applies to Jacksonville, and they're facing an opponent like the Giants with a win percentage of .625 or better, and coming off 3 or more wins in a row. It's a rare situation, but it has gone 7-0 straight up in ATS since 1986, and the home teams in that situation plus 10.7 points per game. So I'm going to go with Jacksonville here. I just think the Giants are – I like the story. I love the head coach, Joe. But Jacksonville coming up a favorite here. My antennas went up, and you know what? If it looks too good to be true in sports betting, most times than not, it is. Also, folks, my NFL picks this season during the regular season campaign, 24-14, good for 63%. My NFL 5-star and 10-star picks this year, a perfect 6-0. My NFL primetime games, Sunday, Monday, and Thursday nights, a combined 12-3 this season. So you could find me right at sportsmemo.com along with the rest of the great handicappers at that site. And Joey, let's knock them dead this week.
Guys, Ross Benjamin says if it looks too good to be true, it usually is. And I got to tell you, the betting insights you get from a guy like Ross who has decades of betting experience in this business is off the charts. And by the way, Ross, real quick, I spend a lot of my time in Las Vegas sportsbooks every single day. And I see the masses in the sportsbooks, usually towards the end of the day, like this. Why? Because the general public loses. And when they start moving numbers, Ross says, wait a minute, antennas go up. He is a winner. Guys, he is killing it. Those 5 and 10% plays are off the charts for Ross. But, you know, even his I wouldn't say even, his 4% plays are great. Those 5 and 10s are off the charts. He's doing great work. Go over after the show. Follow him with these great customer appreciation discounts. You're going to follow Ross to the bank. Now, Ross is dating one of the younger Kardashians we found out.
The old lady.
The old lady. You got it.
Yeah.
The old lady. Ross wants the old lady. She's got all the money. Ross is going to take off. He wants to get some plays up for today. He usually does that after the show. He never wants to miss a First Family show. And we are going to be having Ross on a little more often. Guys, Ross has to take off. He says take the Jags this week -3, but go over there after the show. SportsMemo.com. Take advantage of those great customer appreciation discounts. Ross, good luck to you. God bless your beautiful family. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Joey, for having me. Guys, knock them dead this week. I wish you all the very best of luck in the coming week.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Ross. Have a great day. Guys, Ross Benjamin, he's been doing it for decades. He's a winner. We're going to go right over to Kevin Thomas. By the way, I just realized, even with Ross on this panel, this looks like a dating site. Like we're all vying like for one girl, like the Bachelorette or whatever, maybe even the Bachelor. Who knows anymore, guys? But my good friend Kevin Thomas is killing it. Don't believe me? Go check out the numbers over at SportsMemo. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. His name is everywhere, and he's one of the sharpest minds in sports betting today. He is going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's going to be doing on the premium side. He's got another free winner for you today. Kevin, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Thanks for having me once again. Over there at Sports Memo, I took the loss in the NBA yesterday. I got sucked in by the Lakers. I should have known the Warriors with the rings, but, you know, I was looking at green. I didn't think the team was going to come out as strong as they did for the Warriors, and we all know they're a third-quarter team, and they came out and laid the hammer down. I love the Celtics. I should have went with them over my 76ers. That was a huge game for the Celtics, retiring. You know, everything going on there. They had a big game time show and stuff, so – right to what I'm doing over at Sports Memo. I got to pick in every sport tonight. We got college football, basketball, hockey, and of course baseball. Phillies 1-0, yes. But you can get any one of those, or over at Sports Memo, you can get my 5-pack for $49.99. That's all 5 picks for $49.99, and it's only offered there. I think I'm 6-2 last week in college football. Like I said, I'm 0-1 in NBA hockey. I think I'm at even right now. So tons of great deals going over there. So go over there and check out Sports Memo. Take advantage of me or any of these great cappers on this show, or even any of the great cappers that aren't on this show. Right to that free winner, though. Like I said, both home teams won yesterday. So I was a little nervous taking a road team here. I know it's hard to win on the road, but I also know it's hard to cover a lot of points too. And I looked at the Mavericks earlier, and it was +5 when I said it to Joe, and now we're getting 4.5, which, being more of a sharp better, I love that the line goes down, especially if I already had it at 5. And I'm not shying away from the 4.5 too. You look at the Suns, what they did in the offseason, they did really nothing. They wanted to make sure they kept their nucleus together. 64 win season last year, 18 losses, and they hammered the Mavericks in the regular season. I think they beat them by 6 or more points. So this line of 4.5 is a little scary. But what I'm looking at is what the Mavericks did on their end. They went after the size. They went after Christian Woods. And if you remember watching the Rockets play, they were in tank mode. But every time that guy, they played him, they would win. I mean, they had basically had to bench him for no reason, just so they would keep losing so they could tank. The guy's that big of a stud, 10.1 rebounds a game. You put that on the Mavericks, who in the playoffs, 16 teams, were the lowest rebounding team, hence why they lost to the Warriors, because honestly, Luka Doncic is the best player probably in the NBA, definitely top 3 all-around player for his scoring, his size, his passing. I think he's probably one of the top 3. So I know the Suns want to win this game because of what happened last year. Like I said, the Suns dominated this in the regular season, but the Mavericks knocked them out of the playoffs, and the Suns were probably the favorite team out of the West to win it all, and they couldn't get it done. Now they lose McGee, who now is another player that the Mavericks signed. So that's another big. So Aton, he's got to go more minutes. And, he got that lucrative deal, but he didn't even want to be there. He was trying to go to the Pacers. He wanted out of Phoenix for some reason. I don't know. Now he's there. He's saying everything's good, but who's going to come in for him? They got rid of Jay Crowder. He went to the Lakers. So I'm a little worried that the Suns aren't going to have enough depth to hang with the Mavericks. And Chris Paul isn't getting any younger. So game 1, I'm going to take that 4.5 in the Mavericks to win this game.
Great stuff from Kevin Thomas, KT. He says the Mavs. Great betting insights and angles you're always going to get on the First Family Show, guys. And once again, Dionne, we miss you today. Hopefully you'll be back tomorrow. Kevin Thomas is doing great work over at SportsMemo. After the show, be sure to take advantage of these great customer appreciation discounts. And if you don't believe me about Kevin's numbers, go check them out. You think Joe D is full of bunk? Guys, after all, I do tell people I'm 5'10". You ain't never going to buy that. But I will tell you, it's the only thing I lie about. Because numbers don't lie, and Kevin's numbers are some of the best in the history of this business. After the show, go take advantage of it. Take advantage of that 7-day discount for the NBA or anything we've got going up there, because you got a slew of discounts. Go follow Kevin. You're going to follow him to the bank. Guys, Kevin has to take off, too. Apparently, he's dating one of the other Kardashians. These Kardashians get around. WagerTalk and SportsMemo, I'll tell you that. I will tell you this, guys. He has to take off. He did say that he's got a play in each sport tonight, but he did mention to me before the game there's a couple of things he had his eye on. He may be putting them out because lines do move, and I'm going to tell you about some lines in basketball a little bit later during my segment. Kevin Thomas is going to take off. Kevin, we thank you. And if you missed any of Kevin's plays, have a great day, Kevin. We love you.
Good luck
this week.
Good luck.
And if you miss any of these plays, I'll be running them down at the end of the show. Having said that, guys, we are very, very, I'm excited that, this is a SportsMemo TV show, but we got to bring on our people from our brother site. Last week, we started with Tokyo Brandon, Adam Trigger, and Tony Mejia. And Monday and Tuesday, Tokyo Brandon and Adam, they brought it. They always bring it. I'm always excited to share a panel with Tony Mejia. A lot of people out there don't realize this. Tony and I actually have a lot in common. We're both good looking, and we both dominate in the 5'6" basketball league. I'm just kidding, but Tony and I write for a couple of publications. We wrote for a couple of same publications over the years. I got a big respect for Tony, and when we decided that we were going to put on some WagerTalk cappers, Tony was like the first capper that came to my mind. He does some great work over at WagerTalk, and he is one of the brightest guys in sports betting. And honestly, this is why we have the best cappers at SportsMemo and WagerTalk. Their integrity too. Those losses really stick in our crow. He's going to tell you what he did the last few days, what he's got coming up on the premium side. He's got another free winner for you here on the First Family Show. Tony Mejia, the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, thanks for having me, everybody. I mean, look. Last night, I no shame in the game. There were 40 points scored in less than 4 minutes late in the Lakers-Warriors game. It looked like a rocking chair under, and they got up over 230, obliterated the total. And all I do is watch probably every NBA game that's on, between League Pass, picture-in-picture, all the tablets that I have. You rarely see that, and it was one of those instances where 16 of 17 shots were made. both free throws that were attempted were made. Westbrook did both, and there's really no way to stop that. So if you were on the high side there, A, you're very fortunate, and B, I mean, like sometimes those are the breaks. So all you can do in handicapping is do your best to be on the right side number wise, and sometimes things don't work out. So we'll bounce back. Obviously, the beginning of the NBA season is what it is. Same. It lost. I went 1-3 yesterday. Should have been 3-1. And Klay Thompson, if you do the research to it, he was only supposed to play about 18 to 20 minutes, and his points total was set at 15.5, which is hard to do in 18 to 20 minutes. He finished with 18 points and knocked down his final three-pointer when Andrew Wiggins and Steph Curry were on the scorers table ready to replace him. So that was the beginning of the end, really, because then he exits, they come in, and Wiggins went crazy, 7 for 7 from three-point range during that 4-minute span. So again, it's a difficult start, but we'll bounce back. And then my debut on the show last week was Alabama, Tennessee. Told you to sprinkle some money on Tennessee on the money line. Vols obviously win. They covered at that point it was 7.5 when we taped this. Ended up being 9 with Bryce Young playing. So great win there. And of course, you can only follow up Alabama and Tennessee with Bowling Green and Central Michigan. So that's what I'm going to do today. We've got the Chippewas hosting the Falcons in a little bit of action, guys. And these are two bad teams. Central Michigan's only won twice this year. Bowling Green actually with a better record at 3-4. And Bowling Green has not had a winning season since going 10-4 in 2015 with under current Syracuse coach Dino Babers, who has the orange undefeated. I'm a big Dino Babers fan. He used to be a guy that used to sling it all over the field. Now they were relying on a run game and defense. So it just goes to show you the best way to be successful in really any business is to be flexible and adjust. So at this point, Bowling Green is trying to get bowl eligible for the first time since Babers left town in 2015. And they have the advantage here on the offensive line. And if you look at this number, I like to play with numbers and just it steers me in the right direction in terms of what I think is going to happen for a game. If you would have taken this, some people like to set numbers at the beginning of the year. So if you would have looked at this at before the MAC season started, or even before the season started, Bowling Green, Central Michigan, mid to late October, Chippewas double-digit favorite for sure. Because the Chippewas have struggled like they have, and they played Oklahoma State pretty tough in that first game. It was like a tremendous shootout. They played some pretty decent competition, but they are not having the season that they anticipated, and it's their offensive line that's the issue. And Bowling Green, despite the fact that they have the 129th ranked pass defense in all of FBS, and they ranked bottom 5 in scoring and total defense before last week's game that they pulled out. It's not a great defense, but their offensive and defensive line both very good. And I think they're going to win at the line of scrimmage. So they're going into Mount Pleasant. They're getting points. They're getting fewer points than I anticipated them getting. That somebody mentioned earlier that on the sharp side, they like to see lines go down. That is absolutely right. So I had this at 8.5, 7.5. It's actually 6.5. So that's trappish. That's basically saying, hey, please take lay these 6.5 points, because a touchdown and extra point is 7 points, and that's all you need to cover this number. That's a trap for Central Michigan. So I like Bowling Green in this game, plus the 6.5 points. The total is also significantly lower than I anticipated. So maybe that's one way to go. But the fact that Bowling Green sometimes struggles on defense leaves me a little leery on that. So that leaves you with Bowling Green plus the 6.5. Central Michigan 1-7 in their last 8 against the spread in October games. So we're going to hope that continues. Ride Bowling Green plus the points.
Great stuff from Tony Mejia over at WagerTalk. Tony, very quickly, can we tell everybody where they can find all your winning information, your BuzzLink, please?
Yeah, go to wt.buzz/TM. You'll see all my packages that are available. There'll be more stuff later. Go all things WagerTalk on YouTube, Roku, all our channels. We've got now a Discord channel where guys go in and give out free plays and talk about what they see line movements wise. We've got a TikTok channel. I have a play up there. You can get an NBA future there. So I mean, we're branching out any way and all way possible. So props to the crew there that make that all happen.
Great stuff from Tony Mejia at our brother site, WagerTalk. Tony's going to be a regular feature here on the First Family Show. We love him. You love him. After the show, go over to WagerTalk. Follow Tony. You're going to follow him to the back. Tony, your betting insights and your integrity is just, we appreciate you. And, Tony's going to be sticking around for a couple of minutes. I know he does some other shows today. He's going to stick around for a little bit. If you got any questions for Tony, Jesse, Pavlos, or myself, fire away. We're going to try to get to them. We're going to go to the Greek god of soccer, who, rumor has it, he's dating one of the Kardashian daughters, because we know Ross Benjamin's dating the mom. Guys, I have never seen in all my years in this business, and it's 43 years since I started with football sheets in the schoolyard, but in Vegas, 32 years, I worked alongside the best handicappers in this business, the pioneers of the industry. And I have never seen anybody as good in any single sport as I see Pavlos Laguretos in soccer. We've nicknamed him the Greek god of soccer. I have bet 14 of his plays on this show and have gone 14-0. I got to tell you guys, you can't argue with success, let alone perfection. And he is killing it. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's going to be doing on the premium side. He's got another free win for you. But I also want him to tell you what his 5 and 10% plays are, because you may not believe nothing I ever say again once he tells you. If I told you what his 5 and 10% plays on soccer. Pavlos, the floor is yours.
Yeah, my 5 and 10%. Actually, my 5% are 16-6. I dropped down one on Monday in Argentina, but I did win an easy one in the MLS on Sunday. And we got the MLS playoffs. I don't have any plays up there yet, but I do have plays for tonight and tomorrow and the day after. Now, I have a 4% best bet for tonight, a 4% best bet for tomorrow on the totals. I just launched my signature plays. The both teams score. Don't care who wins. You're gonna hear this a lot from me from now on. It's a prop bet which is available everywhere, and you essentially don't care who wins. You just expect both teams to get on the score sheet. So I have my best both teams to score of the week. It's already loaded at my page, and I have a soccer 2-pack for tonight with plays in Sweden and South America. And I have my first NBA prop of the season, 3% player prop, and I'm gonna give you guys a hint. It's on the assists, and I've still got a few more plays, NBA props that I'm looking for tonight. But first, I'm gonna give you guys a free play for Sunday in the La Liga between Barcelona and Bilbao. Now, this is a very special match because right now, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, there is a midweek match day in the La Liga. So all these teams are coming off a very congested schedule. They had a lot of players played in the international break a couple of weeks ago. Then they returned from the break only to play every 3 days, which is brutal for soccer, trust me. So we see these teams who are playing every 3 days, and it's going to be a tough one, this match against Barcelona and Bilbao. And at first glance, one might go towards the over because, Barcelona, they recognize the name. They see them scoring a lot of goals. But the truth is that they're coming off two very bad results. They had a 3-3 draw against Inter Milan in the Champions League, which pretty much destroyed their chances to qualify to the knockout round of the Champions League. And after that, they conceded 3 more goals in the 3-1 loss against Real Madrid in the El Clasico. So I'm pretty sure that Coach Xavi will try to shape up his defense, because conceding 6 goals in 2 matches, yes, against 2 very good teams, but conceding 3 goals against both Real Madrid and Inter Milan is going to have, the alarm signals are flashing right now. So Xavi, expect him to play, to shape up his defense. And Bilbao, yes, if you look at Bilbao's away matches on the road, scored 4 against Cadiz, scored 4 against Elche, 2 against Getafe. One might think that they're going to score here, but the truth is that they will also, those results were against very, very bad teams, and they're nowhere near as good as Barcelona are. So all things considered, I don't see a very high scoring match here. I think the 3, the total line is at 3, and I think it's a very, very safe bet to make on the under 3 goals here. I do see maybe 1 or 2 goals in this match because Barcelona, keep in mind that They're playing tonight against Villarreal, which is a very strong side. Then they play Sunday against Bilbao, and then they play Wednesday in the Champions League. So there's gotta be a match where they're gonna shape up their difference, and I think the one against Bilbao is that match. So don't be fooled by Barcelona and Bilbao's high-scoring matches so far, because these two are the best defenses in the league in terms of expected goals against. They're first and second, and in shots that they allow, both first and second, and in shots on goal that they allow, both first and second. So two very good defenses. They're clashing against each other. I take the under 3 goals at -130 here.
Great stuff from the Greek god of soccer, Pavlos Laguretos. Guys, he is a winner. He is killing it. Those 5 and 10% plays, those 4% plays. It doesn't matter what he puts out. He's making you money in soccer. After the show, go follow Pavlos. You're going to follow him at the back. You go to sportsmemo.com. Best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. I got to tell you, he's the only other guy cool enough to wear sunglasses on the air. I love it. I love Pavlos. He's one of the best. Guys, you know, Jesse Schule and I always say he is as entertaining as he is informative, and he is. He brings a certain charm and charisma. We can't deny that. He is amazing. But I want you to know, Jesse and I have been friends for quite a long time. We worked together alongside one another for many years on different brands. And I want to tell you, while he is fun and informative and charming and charismatic, he is off to one of the best starts I've ever seen in football. But this is no stranger. He's no stranger to coming up to big starts in football. He's also one of the best handicappers. On top of that, he hit me up this morning. We usually chat because it's like, I don't know. What time is it there, Jesse?
Geez, about 11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock p.m.
Night.
It's about 11, so it's either 10:30, 11:30 in that neighborhood. It's 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. So when I get up, Jesse's usually doing some work or some homework for the next day. And we chatted this morning. I said, Dionne's not going to be on the show. He says, do you need me to fill in? You know, Jesse's fun. We laugh a lot. Bottom line is he makes you money, but he's also one of the most dependable, reliable, and one of the best guys to work with. I've never worked with somebody as professional or as reliable as Jesse Schule. I want to tell you something, guys. With Jesse and I have a lot of fun at each other's expense. We laugh a lot, but it's because we care about each other very much. We certainly respect each other. So I want to formally say to Jesse Schule, thank you for always being there when we need someone. And while Jesse's on the show, guys, I got to tell you, I love everybody. I love working. I know I don't have to be as over the top as I normally am because I know Jesse does good, solid content. Then he brings a little bit of fun also with him. So Jesse, thank you, guys. As I mentioned, Jesse's doing great work at Sports Memo, but he's no stranger to killing it on the gridiron. But now that hockey's here, great hockey mind. NBA is here, great basketball numbers. He is killing it. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side. He's got another free winner for you. Jesse, take it away.
Thank you, Joe, and thanks for pointing out my hot start to the football season. And I did get started on the right foot with the NBA last night. I had the over in the Sixers-Celtics. I just looked at what the Celtics were doing in the preseason, recognized they got a lack of rim protectors and a new head coach, perhaps a slightly altered philosophy, figured they would be involved in more high-scoring games. So I'm off to a hot start with NBA, but I'm not going to recommend that you follow me for my NBA. In fact, I would follow Mr. Mejia for his NBA. I've done plenty of shows with Tony, and I know that he's far more knowledgeable about the day-to-day NBA than I am, especially during football season, because I put almost all my energy into college and pro football at this time of year, and those results are speaking for themselves. But as far as what game I'm going to look at right here and right now, it's going to be game 1 of the ALCS, and I do think this is going to be a letdown spot for Joe's Bronx Bombers. And, you know, I love any chance I get to bet against the Yankees. I love it, especially if they're an underdog. And they are a big dog today. Justin Verlander going for the Astros. I don't know what else you could say about Verlander. He's clearly the best in the business right now. 10-1 with a 1.64 ERA in 15 home starts. The Yankees might have Aaron Judge, and he hit a lot of home runs this year. Judge against Verlander, 4 of 27 with 10 strikeouts lifetime versus Verlander. The Yankees are expected to start Jameson Tylon, and that's after he was scheduled to go for Game 5, which he would have had to prepare himself mentally to go in that do-or-die game, only to have that game delayed He gets put back on the shelf. Now he's going in game one and almost wave the white flag game. I'm sure the Yankees don't feel that they're waving the white flag, but at the end of the day, it's going to be awful tough for Tylon to match serves with Verlander, especially through the first 5 innings. The Yankees have not played well against Houston. They've lost 5 of the last 6 head-to-head meetings. Houston's the better team. They got the better pitcher. First 5 innings, minus 130 looks like a no-brainer to me.
Great stuff from Jesse, the Iceman Cummins Schule. He's doing great work at Sports Moment. He says Astros first 5. I'm always going to take the opposite side of that. But you know what, guys? Jesse is a winner, and I'm a Yankee fan. I'm not here to give you my opinions from my heart. I'm here to give you from my head, and Jesse's the winner. He's killing it. After this show, go follow Jesse for these great customer appreciation discounts. And don't forget, Jesse's still a featured $2 Tuesday capper. So you can get Jesse, if I'm not mistaken, is that a 5% play that you have up?
5% AFC North game of the month.
Great stuff. Game of the month, guys. I got to tell you, he's one of the best there is. Go follow him. $2, that's a steal. Maybe you make enough to come on board for a longer stay with Jesse. I know you will. I love him. Guys, I'm going to say something I've never said before, and I've always wanted to. This just in, I just got handed something. The great people, and Tony will admit to this, that nobody will never not say this. The staff we have in Detroit for the Sports Memo and WagerTalk companies, it's unrivaled. Guys, I own a couple of companies here in town, and I would steal them in a second because this is the best staff in the world. You know, guys like Tony, Pavlos, Jesse, myself, Ross, Kevin, the First Lady, we couldn't do what we do without a great coaching staff. You know, no matter how much talent you have on the field, you need a great front office and you need a great coaching staff. And we got the best front office coaching staff in the business at Sports Memo and WagerTalk. They just handed me something. I just got something, actually, and I wrote it down. I wanted to be dramatic. Buy a 7-day, I had to be, this just in, buy a 7-day, get a 7-day free from Joe and Dionne, No code necessary, $99. It looks like you get 2 weeks. Don't quote me on that. It looks like you get 2 weeks from Joe and Dionne. I think you get both of us for $99 all sports. Dionne's doing NHL. She's doing NBA. She's doing MLB, college and pro football. I'm doing 4 sports. You're going to get a slew of games from us. I believe it's 2 weeks. Don't quote me. But 2 weeks, even at 7 days at $99 is off the charts. I believe it is 2 weeks. We're going to double check that for you. I'll put something out on social media later. Also, I wanted to promote Dionne. She has an NCAA football Wednesday night winner, $15 over at Sports Memo right now. She's killing it. I mean, you need any more proof? She married me and stood with me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I could have got married 1,000 times in the last 22 years, but nobody would have stood with me more than 22 minutes. She's the best. I love her. Follow her. Now, Tony's laughing. Tony, I don't know how anybody puts up with me for 22 minutes, let alone 22 years. I keep writing the Pope in Rome and saying she needs to be canonized as saint. I'm pretty sure after all my letters, they're going to canonize her as saint. Let me take the stage right now, guys. I'm excited. If you recall, a season ago, I started the NBA campaign 3-0, then 6-1, then 15-4. I never looked back. For 17 documented seasons, I either reign supreme in the NBA or have a top 5 finish. Never do worse than top 5. I did split out last night, going 1-1 in the NBA, but I wanted to release a nice free winner on the hardwood tonight, and you will get that in just a moment. This is a perfect time for you to take advantage of that NBA 7-day discount for Joe, $49. As far as the premium plays go, I have a Sun Belt midweek moneymaker in the Georgia State Appalachian State matchup for you already posted. So I put up for $10, guys. I own the Sun Belt. I'm doing great in the Sun Belt once again this season for $10. I don't want to price gouge. I wanted you to make money going into the weekend with a bankroll. I won both my Monday and Tuesday free plays on the First Family Show, and today we keep the hot streak alive. You're going to love it, guys. Let's go to the pro basketball hardwood. He said hardwood. I couldn't help myself. Guys, I know the New York Knicks team. I'm a New York Knicks fan since the early 70s. I know this team. They're in real trouble. And starting the campaign off playing the Memphis Grizzlies, I think things not looking good for them at all. While the Grizzlies have a few injuries, the bulk of their lineup is still intact. I'll put a pin in that. We're going to come back to injuries. Understand that a season ago, Memphis tied their franchise record for wins when they were 56-26 and earned the 2nd seed in the Western Conference playoffs before falling to the Warriors, which, as we all know, went on to win the title. Ja Morant guys, he's going to be too much for anything in the next half. They really don't have anybody to slow him down, let alone stop him. While Williams, Jackson, and Green are all out, and yes, even Brooks is doubtful for the opener tonight, this team is still loaded with playmakers. The Grizzlies took both meetings a season ago straight up, and in the only matchup at the Garden, they crushed the Knicks, 120-108. It's a big blowout at the beginning of last February. Many expected New York to make a few more significant moves in the offseason. I was hoping as a Knicks fan, guys. And things just didn't go their way, guys. They're lacking in quite a few departments, to say the least. The fact that Memphis lost to Golden State in 6 games last year's postseason, I look for them to come out here and make a statement in their season opener. Remember one thing, this team is money. What are they? Money, money, money. We're at home, 21-6 against the spread. The last 27 games played at the FedEx Forum. I like the Grizzlies tonight. I think they're going to crush the Knicks. Let's bring everybody back on. Couple things to talk about, couple of announcements. We'll get some closing thoughts and comments, and we'll run down games real quick, guys. Later, I don't believe there's going to be an MLB show today. We will give out a schedule, depending on the MLB schedule, guys. It's going to change from week to week, as we know. But I'll let you know. We'll put out something on social media when the next Full Count show will be on. We got Eric Pauly doing that show, Jeff Michaels. We got some great guys, Dr. Chuck. They're all contributing, doing some great work. Dan Alexander does the Sports Memo Today show, Tuesdays and Thursdays. The NBA triple-double, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know what that means? Later today, the triple-double. We also have the College Football Forecast Show Thursdays, and the granddaddy of them all, the Pro Football Forecast Show Friday afternoon. I like saying granddaddy of them all. And, of course, every weekday morning, this show, the first stream of Las Vegas. Wake up with the first stream every morning during the week. Tune into Sports Memo and WagerTalk TV for the best betting insights. Tons of free winners. Couple of discounts we're going to run through real quick. We're going to get some closing thoughts and comments, run down the games. Guys, $2 Tuesday feature still available. My good buddy, the Iceman, the body himself, Jesse Schule. Oh, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. He's still available, $2, 5%. AFC North Game of the Month. Is that correct, Jesse?
That's a Roger.
That's a Roger 10. Roger over, done. That's from Airplane. Guys, and our good buddy, Ronald Kabang, who also had a hit song a few years back, Shabang, Shabang. He's available, and he's a killer, man. I don't know what he has available, but I can tell you the last 2 years at Sports Memo, he is the winningest capper in the NBA. Sports Memo has numbers don't lie. We also have the 7-day NBA discounts available both at Sports Memo and WagerTalk. 7 days, $49. No code necessary. Go over to the deals page. Guys, I know that sometimes I'm told, or I'll check, I'll see purchases on the back end on the admin area. Go, what the heck was this? Because they put a deal up for me. They didn't even tell us. And mind you, it's a great surprise. So go over to the deals page every day. WagerTalk Sports Memo, the best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. And don't forget, buy a 7-day from Joe or Dionne D'Amico. Get another 7 days free. Both those $99. No code necessary. Dionne has her big Wednesday night winner of college football play, $15. Let's do this. Let me get some closing thoughts or comments from our crew. Let's go to Jesse. Closing thoughts or comments.
I got a question for Pavlos. Pavlos, you mentioned that Barcelona might not put a lot of effort into their Sunday match because they got the Champions League coming up. Is it true that Barcelona really needs a miracle to qualify for the next round of the Champions League? Do they need to win out and need help? What's their situation?
Yeah, that's true. Even if they win both remaining matches, they still need Inter Milan to drop points. So it's, I still think they're gonna see out their chances and just try on their end to do whatever they can. But I'm not really sure if they can actually qualify. I mean, Inter Milan, they seem to be getting just better lately. So I'm not sure if they're gonna drop points. But still, Barcelona, they have to win their next match and just hope for the best.
All right, Pavlos, while you have the floor, any closing thoughts or comments for all of our viewers out there?
No, I just want to say that if you head over to my page, I already have soccer plays loaded, and I have a 3% NBA prop for tonight, and there's still an awful lot of props that I'm considering, and I might load them mostly as client plays. So we also have deals for the rest of the year. You can get soccer for 50% off. Just head over to the deals. There's all kinds of deals involving all the cappers on this show, guys.
Great stuff from Pavlos. My good buddy Tony here, not only is he going to give you some closing thoughts and comments, he too will tell you where he could find all of his winning information. Tony, the floor is yours.
Yep, wt.buzz/TM. Go to my page. You'll see right now the only thing available is that $9 NBA futures package But we'll have plays on the Georgia State Appalachian State game tonight. I've got to film a TikTok for a free prop for tomorrow's Thursday night game. Good Lord, we get another awful primetime game, so you're going to need to spice it up somehow. Arizona, fresh off no offensive touchdowns and just 9 points in Seattle, hosts a game tomorrow, so that'll not be fun. But we have to sit through these games on Prime, and they do that. They do that awful comedy bit now. Hopefully, they take that away. So yeah, it's tough sledding for NFL fans. At least the NBA is back. But yeah, we've got the Cardinals playing tomorrow, and I'll tape something for that. Have some plays up for that. Obviously, the NBA with a full slate in I believe 9 games. You mentioned the Grizz and the Knicks squaring off. Oh, you also got the Nets and the Pelicans. Can't believe the Nets and Pelicans are not on national television, and the Grizzlies and Knicks are. Not that the Grizzlies are in a draw, but would have rather seen Zion and KD and Kyrie and Ben Simmons. But League Pass free for everybody actually this week. So I always get it every year, but if you don't and you are inclined to watch the NBA, every single game is available for free this week. What else we got? We got a little soccer probably this weekend, although no Champions League. So I'll probably tread lightly because domestic leagues, it's really hard to get in on stuff when you're following all these others.
Uh-oh. Okay, we had a little technical issue from Tony real quick.
Oh, yeah. So we got my boy Jesse Schule ragging on my Yankees. Jesse, you know what a free roll is. I think that's what the Yankees experienced today. I mean, Tyone didn't have to be burdened with pitching in an elimination game. I really didn't like our chances in the game that got rained out. So it was fortunate to have Nasty Nestor on the mound on Tuesday. And yeah, obviously Verlander has been great, but he did get rocked in that opener. I was kind of leaning on to the over, but you mentioned Aaron Judge's checkered history against Verlander. They got to have guys show up. I saw they put out on their social media that they boarded the flight almost immediately after dispatching of the Guardians. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach this game one. If they lose it, no big whoop. You going down 2-1. You figured that they would join the Dodgers and the Braves in having a short stint in the playoffs, and now they're in the ALCS. So we'll see how the Yankees fare. I'm not going to touch the game. I haven't touched the last few Yankee games, and I should have touched yesterday's baseball slate, but I was so bombarded with basketball and getting ready for today, I just passed on the under in the Padres and Phillies and the Yankees first 5, which I put out as a freebie the night before. So no client plays there, no client plays for the MLB tonight. I'll say I will have a lean that could potentially be, once I see lineups, a client play. I think the under in the Padres and Phillies might be the way to go. Blake Snell against Aaron Nola.
Going to be a lot of great stuff, and Tony mentioned League Pass is free with NBA for the week or so, and we've got some great stuff. And actually, I got a new home theater system, Tony, outside. I got a huge screen, a projector, everything outside. I think that Dionne and I are going to watch a little bit of the Yankees out by the pool, maybe sip a little Louis the 13th, or maybe a little Johnny Walker Blue. Watch that while we do some numbers. The other night, I don't like my neighbors, Tony, so the other night, I broke out the home theater system. I put on the adult film channel and blared it and just left the house for a couple hours. It was great. Great way. Great stuff. Pavlos like that. Guys, let me run down the free plays for everybody he loves. I love them. For everybody real quick, give everybody out there the Twitter page. Then we're going to sign off. Our good buddy Ross Benjamin said Jacksonville on Sunday. He's not falling for a trap because he loves the Giants story, but a shoe will fall this week. Take the Jaguars -3. Our good buddy Kevin Thomas said, last night, both home teams won and covered. He says, but he really likes the Mavs tonight plus the 4.5. Tony, what'd you have for everybody today?
Bowling Green plus the points at Central Michigan. That's the play. Slight lean towards the under if you're feeling froggy. So both of those things stood out as fishy lines.
Great stuff, Pavlos.
We have on Sunday, La Liga, 3 p.m. Eastern, Athletic Bilbao versus Barcelona, under 3 goals, -130.
Great stuff, Jesse. Baby.
Bet against the Yankees any which way you can, but I'm doing it first 5 innings.
Jesse said he's doing it. I love when he's doing it. Guys, you're sexy and savory. Grizzlies -4.5. I love the Knicks. Guys, I know this team. They are in trouble. Look for John Morant to come out and make a statement here tonight. Let me give everybody their Twitters. Ross Benjamin had to take off. He's at Ross Benjamin 1. Kevin Thomas at Kevin Thomas 04. Jesse Schule at Jesse Schule. Pavlos Laguretos at Paulie _WT. Tony Mejia, I love that name, at Mejia De Niro. The First Lady of Las Vegas is at First Lady of Vegas. That's 1ST Lady of Vegas. Your sexy and savory host at Joe D'Amico wins. Guys, it was a great show. I don't want to leave, but I know you're going to have a headache after an hour with Joey on the show. So having said all that, guys, follow all of our great cappers here. I gave you their Twitters. But the best collection of cappers on the planet are at Sports Memo and WagerTalk. Follow those Twitter pages because all your favorite cappers post a ton of free content. You get futures, you get odds, you get great columns by the guys on these brands. I'm going to tell you right now, it's your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo and WagerTalk. So it's about that time. We got to sign it off. Tune into all Sports Memo TV's shows for a ton of free winners and some great betting insights as well. On behalf, I got to get this ready. On behalf of Sports Memo, WagerTalk, Ross, Kevin, Tony, Pablo, Jesse, and us, even though my lovely wife, the First Lady, is not here, this is the First Family of Las Vegas. Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.